Okay, hi everybody. We are here today with the University of Illinois and with our representative, Hannah Steinbrenner, who just got married. So you may see in her email that she still has Teskey as part of her email. We'll add, Hannah, would you mind at some point during the call adding to the chat for the boys your email address? But we can do that anytime during the call. So I wanted to start out with just asking you to give us a 20,000 foot overview of the University of Illinois and some of the reasons that students choose Illinois.
Okay, yeah, that's a great way to frame it, that 20,000 foot overview. So in terms of Champaign-Urbana, it is about 3 hours away from where you're currently at in St. Louis, and about 2 hours south of Chicago. Just if you could kind of meet them in the middle, right, draw lines and they meet in the middle, you'll meet right in Champaign. We are commonly coined as a micro-urban community in terms of Champaign-Urbana. So I kind of take that one as you will. I think it gives you the benefits of both, being in a large city, but also still having that, small town mentality and feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
We are a campus town community in Champaign-Urbana, with the University of Illinois being that campus. Unlike in St. Louis, how there are many universities and institutions scattered throughout, really the University of Illinois is like the main one and only school that we have here in Champaign, Illinois. Again, we're a large Big Ten school. We have over 150 different academic programs across 12 academic communities. We are most commonly known for our business and engineering programs. However, we also still have great programs within the arts, along with agricultural programs as well. So really wide and diverse areas of interest of our students on our campus. And again, all of those programs highly ranked, and we see strong success outcomes for our students after graduation. I think that should be about cover your question. So I'll pause there.
What about new programs or updates at Illinois?
Sure. So really one of each right now. And so our one new program, we have our School of Information Sciences. So that was a new program. Last year, we welcomed our first class for this fall semester of incoming freshmen. We have had for the past few decades a graduate program for library and information sciences that's consistently been ranked #1 for the past few decades. And so we're very excited to have that as an opportunity for our undergraduate students to now pursue as well. So in a nutshell, for students interested in engineering, business, but also, sociology and statistics, really all of that, that have a varied field of interest, it could be a good program. And then the one main update would be that this year we are a test optional school. So definitely the biggest change for our application is we are test optional.
And would that be across programs, engineering and computer science as well?
Yes, for all programs, we are test optional.
Okay, terrific. So that's going to be really interesting. For SLU High students, they tend to typically test really well, and then we have pretty rigorous old school grading. So I assume that you read our school profile and you will know that as you read for our students.
Yep. Yes, so that's kind of definitely been a big project for us this summer, is gathering as many of those as we can. We do have an updated school profile for SLU. I was able to find it on your website, so we do have that one updated, so we will have that context when reviewing applications as well.
Terrific. So at SLU High, we have both Missouri residents and Illinois residents. So any tips for either one in terms of admissions? Anything special that Illinois folks need to do or Missouri folks need to do or be aware of?
Yeah, that's a good question. So for the majority of the process, it's pretty similar. So the residency, the big time that will come into play is when it comes time to assess tuition. So based on residency status, tuition is reflected in that way for Illinois residents versus non-residents. And unfortunately, we do not have reciprocity with Missouri students. So
I know.
There's that difference. But as for the application, the one thing I would say is just the Division of General Studies is not a good option as a second choice program. So on the application, you can put down both a first and a second choice. And I would just always encourage students, especially out-of-state students, to list set majors for both the first and second choice and not have that second option be the Division of General Studies. So that would be both for the Illinois residents and the Missouri residents, as they're all attending the same high school out of state.
Okay, terrific. Okay, my waiting room is filling up here soon. So let me see. What about campus tours? Can they visit campus? Can they do drive-bys? How, which ways can they find out about you?
Right now, we would not encourage any student to come visit us right now. Unfortunately, we are not hosting any on-campus visit programs. We are working on creating additional virtual tours and virtual videos of campus. And so we will continue to add additional resources to our website over the next few weeks. And so I can share that link in the chat to have that reference for that link of where to go. But unfortunately, right now, we are not able to host any students on campus.
Okay. Let's see. I do have one last question. As a religious-based school of SLU High, what about campus religious life and things like Newman Center for students?
Yeah, the great question. We do have a large Newman Center at Illinois. It is a great opportunity for students to both have the opportunity to live in through our private certified housing options. So that would satisfy our 1-year residency requirement to live there.
Mhm.
So I know that's a great center that many students choose to live in, and it is attached to a beautiful center with that. So there
That's
is that
beautiful.
available for Illinois. Yep.
I'm glad I asked it. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Anything else you would like to add, or should I start to let these students in?
I think we're good. I think that was the big highlights. It'll just depend on what questions everyone has. So I think that is good.
Wonderful. And of course, students can go to your website and I'm sure lots of virtual tours. So, alrighty. Well, I'm going to thank you officially.
Yeah, you're welcome. No problem.